In the Ecamm live community. As you can tell, we are counting down and we like to catch up during this time. So that being said, Brant, what do you have going on, man?
I got a new toy today.
Did you?
I think I showed you that. Yeah, I'm the 50-year-old nerd. I bought got a new lightsaber. So
Man.
dope. I'm going to be
pretty
teaching
cool,
lightsaber classes at the local community center.
So if you're like, are you actually hitting lightsabers? I mean, will it break?
Yep. Nope. They're specifically designed to spar. So you got to wear gear and face masks and gloves. And if you do really well, there's a big competition in Los Angeles. It's huge. Vegas.
Let me see it one more time. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, that beats all of my news.
So that's about $90. That's a combat lightsaber. You can spend up to $300 and get all the sounds, right? All the sound effects and stuff. But basically, it's going to be probably me teaching a bunch of kids. You know, it's just a fun way to get some exercise. Right? You're just going to have some fun. Everybody wants to be a Jedi.
Man, Return of the Jedi featuring Brant Collins.
That's right. I'll post some videos when I don't have the class yet. We're trying to get the gear, and the community center's helping me get mats and all this other kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think it'd be fun. There's a lot of nerdy kids out there that just need permission to be nerdy, right?
Wow. Well, lead the way, sir.
How about you? You got some new stuff.
I got a bunch of new things, man. Brent, I need everybody's help. My wife is actually nominated for Jazz Artist of the Year, smoothjazz.net. And it's a program everybody can vote every day. So you can go to my Facebook page, dj.strick on Facebook, and you'll see it'll be the top post. You can see where you can vote for my wife for Smooth Jazz Artist of the Year. I
did my vote.
Right. Vote every day. And my wife asks me every day, have you voted again? Listen, I'm voting
so you
now.
You can vote every day.
You can vote every day. You can vote every day.
Right.
So I think this is really, really cool. I'm sharing it again right now. Breakout Artist of the Year 2021 is what she's actually going for. Smooth Jazz Breakout Artist of the Year. So definitely go check that out. And want to say hello to everybody that's chiming in, like wherever you're watching from. Please let us know if you're on the Ecamm. If you're in the Ecamm community, please let us know where you're watching from. We would love to be able to shout you out. And Brent, okay, here's the title. Okay, so you know, and I'm watching both things over here. Comments.
Okay.
So there's Kathy. She says, "Hi, stream guys." All right.
There you go.
And time wrap up. Okay. I'm not sure about that, but she says hello. Content creator holds shopping spree for kids.
There you go. I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome. I watched you announce it on Strick City the other night. You're wanting to kind of help give back to your community. I think it's an awesome, what I like about it is you're not waiting for anybody to do it. You just decided to do it yourself. So, during this pandemic and this time, I mean, of course, you and we've met, like in real person. Yeah.
You don't know that we're doing the stream show, but we've met in real life. We're doing some amazing things, and some amazing things has happened to our family. Really by next week or so, we could have another #1 Billboard song for my wife. Things that God has just really blessed us. And in doing that, I know a lot of my friends that wanted to contribute to do an event with me. So we decided to actually do a shopping spree. We're going to do 30 kids in 3 different Walmart. So 10 each Walmart here in the city. December 10th, we're going to let them shop and get up to $250 worth of toys, each kid. And so
that's a lot of toys.
That's a lot of toys. Ages from 5 to 10. And you can go on my website, strickcity.com, STRICKCITY.com for all the details. Or even if you want to donate to it, of course, we're always open for that. And people are chiming in. Well, they're chiming in like crazy right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up with everybody. I see a Facebook user. I was trying to log in the Facebook, but I don't know where that's coming from.
What's up, Steve Worthy? We got Kathy, the teacher here again. Alicio Way, big shouts out to you. Champions, that's got to be Chris.
That's Chris Gloss.
Yeah. Brant, I absolutely love it, man. We get caught up.
Caught
we get
by
going.
the open.
I know it. Got into that. And big shouts out to my man Alicio Way and Chris. I know that's you. Yo, stream guys, looking good. Thank you, Facebook user. And then, of course, Bishop Donald Oliver. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, Bishop Oliver. We got Derek Floyd. Everybody's up on Sunday evening. So thank you guys for joining us. You know, when we decided on a time, Sunday evenings were just kind of that break for me personally, with kids in the house and everybody getting ready, doing all the weekend stuff and kind of get settled in to start the work week. So we're really, really excited that you guys are joining us, and we're happy to be back.
Rich Graham, good to see you, sir. Thanks for hanging out with us. And somebody's still telling us about our date. So much on our countdown. We still have that date on our countdown that said July something. Yeah. And that got me. We looked at every screen other than the countdown screen. So congrats on being able to bless so many kids. Kathy, thank you. I know you work with kids. The ages are between 5 and 10 years old. And December 10th in Birmingham is going to be bananas. I'm going to try my best to go live that day, guys, so everybody can enjoy it with us. The logistics of doing 3 Walmarts and one day is probably more than I should do, but we're going to do it anyway.
We'll watch it. We'll be excited. So stay tuned. I know Strick's going to have some links out tomorrow on how you can help donate, and let's help Strick get his, help the people in Birmingham have a good Christmas. I think that sounds like a great idea, a lot of fun. So
it definitely will be a lot of fun. Brant, you know, I want to say this. We're getting close. I think we only have like 3 more shows left before the holiday.
Right.
Man, I want to be sure that I say to you and to everybody else, as you guys are getting prepared for Thanksgiving, don't forget to eat good. Enjoy your family. Have fun. Relax. All right? The holidays can be some people just don't do well with family during the holidays, and I just want everybody to have a good time and eat and gain some weight and let it be okay.
Yeah, have some fun and take a couple days off. I'm sure I get Thursday and Friday off, and Saturday and Sunday catch up stuff around the house, and then, you know, kind of reset the batteries and get back to the grind, right? Exactly,
and be on the lookout for a special live Ecamm family kind of get together. So that may be coming up. Shouts out to my man Alicio Way. So last year, Brant, we actually met. This really will be coming up to a year.
This is, isn't it? Yeah, 1 year. That's right. Well, was it after Thanksgiving?
I think it was right before Thanksgiving. So that
during
Wednesday,
Vlogmas, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I think it was before Vlogmas, then we started to be prepared for Vlogmas.
Gotcha.
It was our first initial meeting with everybody. So we tried to break the internet that night, and our guest tonight was a part of that as well. So we get a chance to talk to him. And we have so many things to talk to Kirk Nugent about today. I'm just like, where do I start with this guy?
Well, let's start with one thing I'd like to explain to everybody. And somebody asked me the other day about going live and doing a show and going on YouTube. And I said, you know what? No matter what you want out of it, it's worth the journey and the education, because it has changed my job. I got a new job as a content creator for the public library and did Ecamm lives the first day I was there. You know, you upped your game at your job, and there's a lot of other people that had just made this a profession. And our next guest is doing just that, you know, taking this, hanging out at night, talking on, you know, with all, like my wife used to say, are you going to have fun with your friends tonight out on the internet? You know, like, no, we're working. I mean, this is, you know, yes, we have fun. We enjoy each other's company. But just like Strick is turning his show into doing something good for Birmingham, and I've used it to kind of, you know, stretch my capacity to learn more. Streaming is a worthwhile endeavor. Even if you're never going to do anything more with it than just hang out with your friends, it could affect your job. You know, it could affect your next job. It could help a lot. I think our next guest has done some of that, and hopefully he can explain how he took it from, you know, hanging out with the friends at night to a career.
And saying that, why not bring him on? Everybody get prepared for it. Let's give him the best stream guy, the stream show. Welcome to Kirk R. Nugent. How are you doing, sir? I hope you're doing good, man.
I'm doing well, brother. I'm doing well. Brant, good to see you, man. It's good to be here. Yeah. There's a lot of love in the room. I wanted to chime in on that thing earlier. I think it was before Thanksgiving, or it was like Thanksgiving Eve or something like
that.
The
Wednesday before.
It was before Vlogmas for sure,
right?
Because that's what sealed it for me. Was like, okay, I guess I'm doing Vlogmas now. But man, it's so good to be and yeah, DJ Strick, man, you said it. It didn't click until you just said it just now that it's been a year.
Been a year.
Like for a lot of us, that was like a first time
meeting each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you doing before that in your company? So streaming wise.
Right. So I just got, we were talking about Thanksgiving last year. I had just left my full-time job as IT director for Wallace State Community College in May of 2020. So I literally just a few months prior just got into doing entrepreneurship, full-time remote production, and streaming to an extent, but a lot of the stuff that we were doing was broadcast engineering, so it was really more on-site stuff. But of course, when pandemic shut everything down, it just kind of transitioned to online, and that's when I started to look at platforms like StreamYard and others, but particularly Ecamm blew my mind.
Right.
I watched a video from. I think it's Henny the Business. You guys have had him on.
His
video is what put me on to Ecamm. His video put me on to Ecamm, and I never looked back, man. Never looked back.
Dude, I'm having to right now take a picture of all of this so I can post it, because let me say this. If I don't get like some type of historical data on this day, and Brant and I can say that we had Kirk on the show, I think this is going to be amazing. Like, from what you have done in a year, let me say this, Kirk, for what you've done in a year in your business, your focus, your redesign, your intentionality of being the content creator and teaching other people how to do it, and being a coach, the geek, preacher, teacher, I love it. Like, you are doing your thing, sir.
Thank you, man. No, I really appreciate you. It's one thing to hear accolades or people giving you your flowers from folks who don't necessarily have a full understanding and a respect for the craft, and you receive those. But when you get it from those who are in the trenches as well, people like you and Brant, who have been, you guys understand this content creator thing. You understand these live streaming streets. You understand what it's like out here, having to navigate, having to really be a company of one, and then kind of adding pieces to the team and looking for ways to augment and scale without adding on additional costs. You guys get it. And so that's, for me, the compliment is that much more powerful, because I know you guys understand everything that goes into it, man. Some sleepless nights, there's no doubt about it, man.
That's right.
It's worth it. It's worth it. I think you guys said this earlier, man, is having that why. I mean, I just absolutely love what you're doing, Strick, with this giveaway for Thanksgiving.
Thank you, brother.
This is what it's all about, man. Right. And I'll be voting, man. I'm going to try and get my army of voters to be voting for your wife, man. I think she definitely deserves that award, man. Her latest project is absolutely phenomenal. But Thank you. Man. Great stuff. You guys have so much stuff going on. I don't even know where to.
It's definitely a lot going on here.
It is.
You know what? To be honest with you, I have it no other way. And, Brant is on his new job, learning content creation. So everything we're doing is kind of like marrying each other, and we're figuring out how to do it better. So not only do we have, 40 years in between us of media production, but now we have more time of being like current content creators, actually doing the work in real time. And I think it's really, really cool. What do you think, Brant?
Well, I think the hardest, for us, I think we all come from that background. The technical side wasn't that hard. You figure out how to do overlays, and you do these kinds of things, and you run through all the technical stuff, cameras, lighting, get all that. Next is taking it to that next level and turn it into a business, or, getting sponsors, trying to figure out how to say, this has got to, for me and Strick, we talked about this has to go beyond just hanging out. We have to, at the end of the day, make it worthwhile. So, and everybody's done, whether it's courses, whether you're hiring yourself out to be a remote producer, whether it got you a new job like myself. There's just, a friend of mine who's a chef, she said she wanted to do a show. She's been trying to get on the Food Network. She found out that she was second in line for a show. Come to find out the show was Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. So she was kind of upset. And I said, but don't wait. I said, just start doing it. I said, I'm not going to, she's my coworker, friend. I'm not going to charge you. Well, I'll set it up. We'll figure out how to do it from your kitchen.
Yeah.
Because I said, even if nobody ever watches it, and maybe this isn't become the next big YouTuber, you're going to learn how to do this, and somebody else might hire you. They might see you. A casting agent might see it. I said, so it's not a worthless endeavor to just, it's not just plain. If you do it with intentionality and you're learning, you just keep learning, expanding, and connections. Like you, Kirk, I was obsessed with Henny the Business videos, and I would watch them, and I didn't know who Henny really, really was until we had him on as a guest and we started doing some research.
Right.
But you can ask Strick. I said, my goal out of the gate, I want Henny the Business. Third episode, Henny the Business on.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Now I'm part of his, he has a Patreon group. So we have a meeting once a week with Henny the Business. So if you're interested in that, that's pretty cool. But
I'm definitely interested.
How quick do you Doc Rock now works for Ecamm, and
right.
we know all these people, and people are going to Alicio spoke it in Dallas, and Rich went to Dallas to watch it. And, it's like, it's just crazy. And this is all doing the best we could do during a pandemic. Right.
Right.
And we can't, so to me, it's the, and I tell a lot of people this, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I have more friends here than I have in real life. I talk to these people. I talk to Strick more than maybe even a coworker. I talk to, I get text messages all day from London, with Ash, my Friday drive time is listening to Ash do his thing from London. It blows my mind.
And this is what, this is the beauty of the community. So there's like a couple of things at play here, man. And Brant, you just kind of put it all together from a very practical standpoint. But this is the two sides of the Ecamm community. Doc says this all the time. One of the best features of Ecamm is the community, which nobody's really selling, but it is a game changer.
Right.
Just to be honest with everybody, it is a game changer, up to and including. I mean, really. They shared my I had masterclass today on Ecamm. Leslie Samuel shared it. Now Leslie is a good friend of mine. We go way back. But Leslie does not share a lot of stuff. I don't know if you guys know that. And even as his friend, I didn't even reach out to him to say that this thing was happening. So when he shared it, he even said at the first line, "I don't usually do this." I was kind of blown away by that. And then of course Katie shared it as well, and she shared it on LinkedIn, and it's just. I was like, man, that is, I really appreciate it because I know the relationship I have with the people. So, just to make sure that piece isn't missed by anybody out there, right? The relationship you have is what, so if you don't have a relationship with somebody and them sharing it actually could be more of a detriment than it could help.
That's true.
Because if somebody was to message that person, say, "Hey, I saw you share this thing. Is that guy really good?" And if their response is, "I don't know.
Really know.
He just asked me to share it. I don't know." But if their response is like, "No, this is my guy. No, trust me, you're going to be in good hands. If there's something you're interested in, then you need to go to this one. Forget all the rest." That is an informed share, right? It's a lived experience. So many different things that you can learn from that you can take into other aspects of your life. I love the way DJ Strick said, I wasn't sure if it was Strick or Brant, but they said this. But anyway, I'm blurring.
One of the stream guys said it.
One of the stream guys said, taking this and making it into a business. I think it was Brant.
Yeah, it was.
We understood the technical. And then putting together some of the other pieces. And of course, that's what we end up helping others with. But how do you do the course? How do you redo the website? How do you use Kajabi? How do you get one of so there's all this other stuff that you end up having to learn. And one of the things I always love to say to folks is there is nothing that you are learning that is wasted. Because you have learned it, you have that experience, and that is an experience that puts you in a different class with a different set of people.
That's right.
Because there are other people who have not learned it and refuse to learn it and may never ever learn it. And so every time you learn something, you find yourself in a different category, not better or worse, right? I'm not trying to boast, but you find yourself in a different category. And because you have that experience level, you can then take that experience and monetize it. I think one of the things that Brant said as well was, for him, it was a matter of getting the job. That's monetization,
right?
For DJ, I mean, even for you guys, one of the goals was to have Henny the business. Your live show allowed you to have him on.
Have him on. Right? That's right.
I always say that's my favorite line. Your live stream is your digital storefront, right? There's no better way for people to experience your greatness than for them to see you do it live. And the live video is a game changer.
It's a game changer, especially for people like Brent and I, because I don't like editing or going back and redoing it. So if I'm going to spend the time doing it, let's just do it live. I can do all the switching. We got all the animation and all the overlays already done. When we're through with this show, guess what? We're through with the show.
But now you also have to realize I don't have a DJ Strick in Little Rock, Arkansas, and so this technology is, I wouldn't have, there's not someone like Strick here in my community to do this with. And then obviously there's nobody there. I'm not in Birmingham, but we're able to do this, across the country. I've been watching some big YouTubers that are tag team type of guys that do podcasts together. They're in the same, everybody lives in Santa Monica or someplace on YouTube, it seems like, but we're making it happen, over distances. So I just think it's amazing.
Hey, Kirk, let me ask you this question. We talked about in the beginning how it's just been a year since we all kind of met and been doing our thing. Correct. It's just been a year from when you have kind of left your job and actually focus on being a content creator.
Yeah.
Just for the people that are watching this, because, we have tons of people on. Chris Gloss is on. Blind Guy, his wife, their life is on.
Oh, I love
it. We got Rich on. We got Steve Worthy is on. Kathy is watching. Tons of people are watching have already chimed in. If you could tell them, just give me one thing that's happened, whether it's recently or it's happened, a couple months ago, a call, a reach out, an opportunity that would just blow people's mind that has happened because you have focused and gone this direction with your content.
Oh, this is great. Strick, I love you, man. So I decided to take the plunge at the prompting of Lem. You guys know Lem Well, right? At the prompting of Lem and my guy Monty Weaver, they were like, Kirk, you got to get on Amazon Live. So I finally took the plunge. And anybody that knows me knows that I don't do anything half. If I'm gonna dive in, I'm gonna dive in for a specific amount of time. And when I pull my head back up, I'm gonna come up with data. I'm gonna come up and say, guys, here's what I found. So August, September, and October, I decided I'm gonna go live on Amazon 3 times a week. That was don't do this. This was a major commitment. 3 times a week on Amazon Live. And the results were absolutely phenomenal. They're just mind-blowing, amazing. The mic that I'm talking to you right now is because these guys reached out to me because I was live on Amazon Live. Wow. And I've had 4 meetings with them. Okay, so a small plug. There's a box that's may or may not be sitting next to me right here because of some Amazon Live stuff that I may or may not have planned for Black Friday that you guys may or may not want to be.
I love it.
You may want to get in on that thing. So let me just throw that on the screen right here. You may want to get in on.
Make sure I can see it.
Don't worry. Here we go. There you go. You may want to get in on that thing because the first link is for my Amazon Live. The second link is for a masterclass series that we just finished. But you may or may want to get in if you have intention to purchase any equipment over this holiday season. You're going to want to do that before the end of the year. So one of the but that's not even the story, DJ. This is not even the story, Brant. Here's the story. I'm live on Amazon. And I'm doing my station identification, right? This is where I say, hey, my name is Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher, and I show you how to use live streaming to grow and engage an audience, funnel clients to your business, and establish yourself as a thought leader, right? You don't want to be the best kept secret. That's not a compliment. We want to shine a floodlight on your brand. This is what I start my show with saying, because I want to, let people know who I am, what I do. Station identification. It's like resetting the room in Clubhouse. So I start my show with that, and one of the things that I do with my show is I always do some sound effects when people come in, or especially if somebody follows me. So I noticed that somebody followed me, and I'm getting ready to do the thing. Oh, we got, DJ Strick's following me, right? Getting ready to play the sound effects and stuff like that. And I glance at the name and I'm like, oh, boom, boom, put on my sound effects. And I look and I see that it's Jeff Bezos has followed me.
What?
So I was like,
are you for real?
No. So let me tell you something. I said to myself, I'm being punked. I'm definitely being punked right now. But in my head, like this whole conversation happened in my head in a matter of like 5 seconds.
Right,
in my head, I'm like, but Kirk, this is Amazon. What are the chances of Jeff Bezos' account being, spoofed on his own platform?
Right.
So I was like, okay, just at the off chance, like this thing will preach itself, but this is not church. Just at the off chance that it was him, I said, Jeff Bezos, thank you so much for the follow. I'm not certain if that's the real Jeff Bezos, but I don't care. We're going to treat you like the real Jeff Bezos. Thank you so much for the follow. And he types back saying, hey, thanks, Kirk. You're doing a great job. And I'm like, all right, cool. Jeff Bezos says I'm doing a great job. I'm doing a great job. I continue with the show. He comes back like a minute later and he types, he's like, hey, Kirk, say hi to CNN.
What?
I have the screenshots. I can't make this stuff up.
I've got to see these.
So let me see. I get this right. So he comes on, and not only he's on, but he's actually demonstrating the platform to CNN and uses you as
and
that.
You happen to be the one that come up.
I just happen to be live.
I
just happened to be. Now, after I finished that live stream, me and a good friend of mine scoured Amazon Live to see if he went to anybody else. And this is what I want to share with you guys. He actually typed hi. He followed 3 other people who were live at the same time, but none of them responded to him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody must have thought, just like me, I'm being punked. There's no way Jeff Bezos is in my comments.
Or they haven't figured out how to do the community thing and communicate to people on the other end.
Yeah.
Maybe it could very well have been that they were just busy. They were, either doing something on their show. They were demonstrating something. It could very well be just that. But when we talk about the power of live streaming, Jeff Bezos is one of my followers on Amazon Live.
Wow.
Let me put my link back.
Steve
up.
Worthy says, outstanding story, Kirk.
Somebody
I'm
wants
gonna
to
be jealous. I'm gonna be really jealous if I turn on the TV and you're going to space in the Blue Horizon. I'm just saying.
Hey, and I live in Huntsville because Blue Origin is right here.
Right.
Man.
So man, no, if you have any doubt about there's so much there. I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time, but what I'll say is I remember that day like it was yesterday. I remember not wanting to go live. I was like, this Amazon Live thing, it's good, but I don't know, if I'm getting the results that I really want to see, blah, 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 blah. But in my mind, I was like, I already told people I'm going to go live, so I'm just going to do this, right? Muscle memory, right? Just out of sheer commitment, not necessarily enthused, but just out of sheer commitment, I decided I'm going live because I already said I was going to go live.
Right.
And then these types of things happen. I remember when the guys from Shure contacted me, it was very much a similar scenario where it was like I didn't want to be live that day.
Wow.
But not even 5 minutes after I signed off, I'd gotten an email in my inbox saying, "Hey, we want to do some stuff with you." I'm like, wow. So I'm. Go ahead.
Let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you because we have to be sure that we interact with our comments as well.
Oh, yes,
Sure, Jeff. Is Jeff in there? Hello, Jeff.
I know, right? So Steve Worthy definitely said outstanding story. Of course, Bishop Oliver says that it was true, but you got to respond to every opportunity. He also said the spoils of following through and acknowledging your guest is very important. And then Rich has a really, really good question for us. Did you ever find the CNN broadcast anywhere? Did you ever see where that was?
I did look. Rich, let me tell you, I put on my detective hat. I could not find a broadcast anywhere. So what we had concluded was that it wasn't a broadcast. He was in a meeting. It wasn't a TV show. He was in a meeting with CNN of some sort.
There you go.
And so he was just demonstrating Amazon Live. But that's these are the things that I can tell you, man.
So
like I said. No, please go ahead.
Well, and I was telling Strick just before you came on. I'm a big proponent. I'm big on using LinkedIn, and I have a lot of connections. And I chatted with the CEO of Logitech. I haven't made that ask yet to be on our show, but I'm working there. But I had watched the launch of G4 television, which I don't know if anybody remembers G4. It used to be a gaming centric cable broadcast years ago.
Yeah.
And they relaunched it, and I took a screen grab of the whole show because the sets were awesome, and I was like, these sets are awesome. I'm going to use this as inspiration. The guy who designed the set said thanks. I was like, and he reshared that, and so I connected with him on LinkedIn, and I said, you know what? We've never had a legit set designer on the stream show. We're all working on our sets, right?
Yeah.
I said, would you come on? He was like, no, I'd love to. So reach out to people, read your comments,
that's gold.
Engage with people. And you know what? I sent a message. My next goal, we had Henny. I'm going to put it out there. So if anybody can help me, my next goal is I want to have T-Pain on our show. I made the ask, because all you can say is no, right?
All you can say is no.
Put it out there, right?
Yeah.
Manifest it.
Yeah. The topic that I got a chance to speak on at Leap Into Live Streaming Bootcamp was how to book the best guests and having the most engaging conversations. And it was basic. What Brant just said was an entire section of my presentation. You've got to ask. If you never ask, you will never get the guest.
Right.
But it's how you ask. I love the way that Brant said, I'm working up to it. You don't just, okay, now he's accepted your connection. Hey, can you be on my show? Whoa.
Yeah,
work up to it. Develop something. Have that conversation. You've shared something. This other guy liked it and reshared it. Okay, now there's a bit of a conversation. DM, bam. Hey, we want to have you on the show. See, these are the... Go ahead.
Well, go ahead. Well, I mean, the thing about having a show, even though we only have 200 followers or 200 subscribers on YouTube, we're not huge, but I was able to send the link and say, here's our show. And they look at it, looks legit. We get, so all of this technical stuff, the lower thirds and animations, it's just that way. And your set and everything else, people go,
yep.
Well, they're obviously trying, so might as well reach out or at least look at it, right?
Yeah.
So
that is the best thing. Having the show as an example, as a platform, that is already it's social proof, as they say. It's baked in. So you say, hey, yeah, come on my show, and then you go and look and search, and then there's nothing to find.
Right.
But then the other piece of it is, of course, they get it. The person can do some homework on you as well to see. Okay, let me see the show flow. Let me see what his audience is like, and these are the things that you really want to have happen. And I love what you guys are doing, man.
You're doing an excellent job as well. Let me ask you this question. Sorry, Brant, to interrupt you there. Kirk, by any chance, are you able to show us your setup as well? Because I think what you've done new here is awesome. I would love to be able to see behind the scenes on you.
Yeah. I have. Sorry, I saw that question and I didn't get a chance to type back. But yeah, I do have. I have a webcam behind me that I think should be able to show the behind the scenes. Yeah.
Before we do that, I want Strick. We made a bumper for this, so this is actually behind the streams, powered by Ecamm. So I just want to give a shout out to them. So if we play that, and then we'll come into your behind the stream.
Here we go.
All right. It is now time for Behind the Stream, powered by Ecamm. Brant, I think we have a great guest today to be able to show his setup.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's doing everything top notch, top level, quit his job to start making content and using Ecamm as a profession. So let's really take a good chance to look behind the stream.
So we're about to go behind the stream with none other than Kirk R. Nugent. How are you doing, sir? Let's see this wonderful setup. I love it. I love it. You have it going already.
Thank you, man. Listen, I'm glad to be. I'm gonna go get rid of this other one, but I'm so glad to be able to show it. So this is behind the stream, behind the scenes, right? This is
right.
You're getting a chance to see the camera that is directly behind me. It's in this shot, in the main shot.
Let me see. There we go.
In this shot, it's right there next to that light. So I'm going to come back to that shot. It is a webcam, but I want to walk through some of these pieces here. So I've got the light here on top here with the newer Octagon egg crate diffuser or softbox. It's the Godox SL60W on a C stand. I have a couple of these Dasny C-clamp desk mounts. I've got two of them on the desk here. One is holding the Sony ZV-E10, and then I do have my A6400 on a tripod, off away from the desk a little bit.
Tell me the lenses that you have on them.
So on the ZV-E10, we have the 30 millimeter. There's the 30, right? There's the 30 millimeter. On the A6400, we have the 16 millimeter. Both of them are Sigma. And then of course on the back is just a webcam. So, but yeah, another softbox on the other side. Us darker
light.
Darker skinned brothers, we need as much light as we can get. This is a flexi spot adjustable height desk, so I can raise it up and stand. That is really great, especially when you have these desk mounts with your camera on it, because it raises the camera, of course, with you. So that's really great.
How do you handle the light when you raise the desk? Is the Godox, is it attached to your desk?
No, I do have to manually raise the light up when I raise the desk. But then I have a screen up there on the top corner, and I do use that from time to time as a monitor to monitor what I have going on, and that also helps me with eye focus, not having to change my vision from where I'm looking to my camera. So that does help me with that as well. But yes, a little bit of soundproofing on the side here. Got a light on one of these. This is a Philips Hue light with the yellow bulb in it. It really does help to bring some color back in. Whenever you fill the space with that LED white light, you want to fill back in with some color as well. These are the things.
I see you got a big Stream Deck there.
I do have a 32 key, man. You got to have it. It's a must. And then
that's one thing I don't have. I don't have a Stream Deck.
Oh, you don't? What do you have? The what is this? The
Rodecaster Pro.
Yep, I do have that.
The Rodecaster Pro, and of course this is the Shure MV7X on a Rode PSA1 arm. So yeah, I have the MV7X. I have the MV7. This is the mic that
What kind of computer are you using to power it? What computer are you?
I do have the Mac Mini M1 8 gig.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I got.
Yes.
That's our streaming computer, Kirk. That's the only thing I use it for.
Apple needs to change the name to this is the Ecamm PC, the Ecamm model.
Right.
Yeah, it is really great. It does the job. But I mean, listen, I don't just stream with it. I do some light video editing on it as well.
Gotcha.
So I love this. I love this setup. I do not move this stuff. One of the things I always say to folks is you want to have a space where you can sit down and create. Right? You want to be able to sit down and create. You don't want to have to. Let me tweak. No. Like I am in the comments on the stream show, and Brant says, "Hey Kirk, why don't you come on camera?" I run upstairs, tell Google to turn on my lights, and then I'm ready to stream because everything here is set. Right. That's when
Jeff Bezos calls. When Jeff Bezos calls and said, "Hey, I need you on CNN in 5," you're ready to go.
Ready to go.
Let's go.
It also has to do with a mental thing. So like I'm in a place in my life where I'm in a really bad shape and I need to start losing some weight. So the things that I do, like if I pre-pack my bag for the gym the night before,
that's it.
It helps me get up and go. There's no excuse. So this is kind of like pre-packing, for the gym. I know I can just step out here.
Analogy, Brant. That is gold.
Yeah, but it's, you're tricking yourself to be ready all the time. So there is no excuse. It is a hack.
So I think you have.
It's gold.
Also, you can tell everybody, well, I have a studio at home. I have a full broadcast studio at home, and they all just like look at like this big. You know, like,
listen, this has been such a huge conversation starter. Every time we have people over to the house, of course, with the pandemic, it's not that much, but when we do, I always ask them to sit down and record something, and they always say, I don't have anything to say, until I hit record, and then they just light up. Oh, the camera's on. Hey, it's me. Blah 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 blah. Then I give them the video, and they're like, I really need to do this. Because they get that spark. It's addictive. It's definitely addictive.
What about graphics packages? What are you using to make all your overlays and scenes and, spice things up?
I'm definitely using. Well, Ecamm is my base. Like that's the what's they say mission control, right? Ecamm is that. But I'm a big fan of Canva, and I'm not sponsored by them at all. I listen. Their affiliate program is absolute trash. You can tell them I said that because I don't. but I love Canva. I absolutely love that platform. I love some of the things that they're adding on to it. So I do a lot of my design in Canva. So if you see my show, you're like, where in the world is he doing all that stuff? I'm doing a lot of it in Canva, and then the rest of it with Ecamm. So with text overlays and different other things that we can do. The 3.9 update was a game changer for me. It really was. But I will say I had to go back in the lab and rethink a lot of stuff because there were things that I was doing in Canva that I don't have to do anymore. Right. And so it did shift my workflow, but I was happy for it. So I've redone and retooled some things. But yeah, those are my main go-tos are Canva and Ecamm in terms of overlays, design, all the stuff that I'm doing.
So I think you have an awesome setup. What is your favorite piece in your production?
What do I?
It's like picking a favorite kid. What do you think?
I mean, honestly, though, for me, I used to watch people live, and I used to say to myself, "Will I ever have a camera that clear?" Right? And so for me, it's always going to come back to, and it's not. Listen, as much as I love my ZV-E10. It's the Sony A6400 for me, fam.
Wow, that's what's up. That's what's
the
up.
Sony A6400 with a 16mm lens. It's a match made in heaven. Like I want to have another set just to have it off to the side as as a trophy case or something because it's a winner. It's just a winner, man. A6400 with the 16mm lens. Dope.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so very much, Kirk. Listen, guys, this is the Behind the Stream. Powered by Ecamm. As you can tell, we're doing this. I hope it encouraged you today. Maybe you found a piece that Kirk has showed that you can add to your setup. Hey, brother, you gotta love it. We're producing a show in a show, and you're on two shows at one time. You know what I'm saying?
Producing a show in a show.
Hey,
that is dope, man.
Let me show you this. I want to add one more piece for everybody that's watching. Then, Kirk, we have a question that I want you to get to.
Sure.
How we're doing 3 people on the screen at one time. That being said, can you show me your webcam one more time? I want to show people what we're able to do with Ecamm. When you were actually showing the webcam, I'm over here in a feature called Zoom and Pan inside of Ecamm, and I could zoom in. And while you were talking about, your light over there, I can zoom into your light. I can see your stream deck over here. I can show what's going on with the television in the back, all of your lighting. Man. And, this is what it looks like when it's full.
Yeah.
Which is what you're giving me. And I'm able to zoom in and just kind of go side to side. Brant, I just thought that was the coolest thing while we were going around and around.
That is cool.
It's almost like walking around the room. That's amazing.
Exactly.
One of the things cool. I want to tell people when they get into this is start with whatever you have, but you can also, this is a good example, right? You start with a web camera, get in as cheap as you can. You're doing live, you're getting comfortable, you make a little money, you got the next camera. Oh, guess what? Now you got the web camera for behind the scenes camera.
Brant,
start small, but don't, it's not a wasted investment. Because I think some people say, well, I can't get that now. I want to wait till I get the Sony 67,000 that's coming out tomorrow. Just start today, because cameras are going to come out and come out and come out forever. Same thing with computers. Buy what you can afford today. Get started. Put that stuff back. If you're not going to use it for 3 camera scenes and add it to, down like me, I've got kids. They all want to have their own studios now. So I'm just going to move that stuff along to them. So don't wait for the perfect gear. Start and build up. So
we had this question come through, guys, and Brant and you and Kirk can kind of answer this question for somebody who's just getting started with Ecamm. Like, how do you get 3 people on the screen like that? How does that even work? What magic are you guys using tonight?
Are you gonna show them in demo mode?
That's exactly what I was thinking of, Brant.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll take a crack at it real.
He's got control, so he's running the show.
Strick.
Well, I was gonna get Kirk to at least start the
okay.
showing people.
Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what you have in the scene right here is a animated background, and then you have 3 camera overlays. And one of the great things that they've added to the latest release of Ecamm version 3.9, if you haven't updated, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You need to update. They're not charging you anything for this update. Go ahead and update. But in one of the greatest things in that release, in that update, is the camera overlay now has borders. You can round the corners and you can put borders on them. So all what you're looking at right now is 3 camera overlays on the screen. And DJ probably just or Brant, I don't know who built it out, but they just probably created one and then copied and made sure that they were all framed up and nice up at the top of the screen so that you can have the bottom of the screen for comments. That's how you want to design your scene, because you want to have some space on the screen real estate, as they say, for your logo. So you see that down in the bottom, and then you have that other space where there's still that animation, but you have that space there reserved for comments that you want to put on screen as well. So, I mean, this is a screen that used to take me a while to do, because I would actually create this as an overlay in Canva and then cut out the 3 pieces for transparency, and then bring in 3 cameras and then put the overlay on top of it to give me that nice thick white border. But now we don't have to do any of that.
Yeah, I think I did exactly what you did. I got 1 up, 2 up, 3 up, 4 up. I just copy paste. Yep. And then what you want to do is you can go ahead and when you edit that camera, you can make the source, even though you're doing it all by yourself. This is guest 1, this is guest 2, this is guest 3, this is guest 4, right?
That's it.
That way, when you do have the guest, I have this built out for the max amount of guests, which is what, 4 guests?
4 guests, 1 host, yes.
4 guests, 1 host. So there's 5 slots for us. And so I built out those 5 so we could have 5 or 4 more guests right now. We wouldn't have to do any work.
Right.
And then the best thing, what I want people to understand is once you get all your stuff designed, right, you just take that file, you put this all in a file, we call it the stream show, and you drag that file to your desktop, and I take that scene and I just send it to Strick, and as long as I have the movie that's in the background and the logo, the elements, he just has to turn it on. It's done. And if he makes a tweak, he can send it back to me, and then save one in the background in case you lose everything. You can always kind of come back to it, but you can do so much pre-production. And then now with the new upgrade, you're asking about guests, you can select your link. There's 20 different types of links. So you can there's a bunch of different ones like myshow.com/the stream show, right?
I see it.
And then you can make that landing page. You can put your logo on it. You can make it look how you want it to look. So you have this branding, and I just think it's great.
That's what I'm seeing that right now. Yeah. I can see the logo. All the things.
So I added this scene, Brant, so someone could see if we had a 4th person what that would look like. So actually, and it says, Chris, this is a scene that we didn't have set up, guys, but this is a scene I just want to kind of show you where we have people. So actually, Kirk is in my guest number 1. This is guest number 2, and Brant is always my 4th guest. He's always on first, but he has the 4th person slot here. And so this is how it could look. So I'm going to go back to where we are, 3 up here, and just trying to make it easy for people. So our job is to help you.
Go back and add outlines to everything, don't I? So we have to build out all those different sets because they changed between these 2 versions. I was like Kirk. I was having to make all this in some other program.
Right.
So I need to go back and fix all these. But it's easy.
It's crazy. It's a great problem to have, though. It's a great problem to have.
And then are you like me? I'm watching every show on CNN.
Whatever
I'm watching, I'm like, I'm going to replicate that.
It's to the point now where my wife is like, Are you thinking about how to redesign that? I'm like, yes, I'm definitely thinking about how I can design that, how I can duplicate that.
My only request, if Ken and Glenn are watching, the developers of Ecamm, I would really like to have rulers. I'm just saying, I would like to have rulers like an Illustrator that I could pull down and make sure, because I'm kind of anal retentive when it comes to lining everything up. But man, that would be my wish list.
He is very, very OCD on it.
Strick gets mad at me. I'm like, but move that up a little bit. Move that.
Hey, those lines are not the same size, sir.
Yeah.
Hey.
I called him out that the borders weren't the same size.
I am so with you though, and I think this is what happens when you kind of get into it, man. I mean, I think that anything worth doing is worth doing well,
right?
And you want to have a sense of respect and accomplishment and what's the term I'm looking for? But either way, you want to make sure that it meets your standard, right? It's your standard, and it's something that you can be proud of. At the end of the day, when people see it or they watch it, they experience it, they're like, that was good. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me, and I'll shut up. My mom called me last week. She had watched some show that I was doing, I think a midweek huddle, and she said, "Kirk, I just want to tell you, you're doing a great job."
That's awesome.
And I tell you what, man, when mom calls you to tell you
that's awesome.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That made my year, man.
I bet that gives you that extra energy.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, talk about finish strong, man. That put fuel back in my tank, man. So that was amazing.
So big shouts out to JP Hightech that chimed in. He's actually Facebook user over here, but I'm watching in the community and I know who it is. So big shouts out to you. Brant, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh, no. They also have Jess Dinsley. He's over here on Facebook too.
That's what's up.
Mine is. Yeah, they were the ones that asked the question about the 3 people.
Gotcha.
Oh, gotcha. I actually started as a graphic designer in print, so that's where the anal retentiveness comes in. But when I worked in broadcast television, my wife she's done stuff for like A&E, History Channel, high-level production stuff. And I did a late-night trash TV show where I did all of the production. I was the guy. I ran a crew, like 10 people. And my wife would call me during the show because it was live. She's like, all right, on the left, you got to turn that light. And I would be crawling under the table on a live show, tweaking someone's light. And she was like, left, that's it. That's perfect. And that was so she supported me through that. Like,
that's awesome.
You need to fix the light. You're blurry. Do this, do that.
That is priceless.
So I've always have her support. So that's one of the reasons I try to do everything to that, because she did work at that level and I wasn't used to working at that level, So, and then it just becomes, so having support of your family, your mom, your wife.
That's the point. That's what I heard from you right there.
And I know,
gold,
I know Kim Scott's watching it because she'll have comments to us too.
Right. My wife is definitely in there.
Yeah,
she's definitely in there. So
having support of your family and friends is amazing.
Kirk, as we round this out, because I know you've had a long day, you're doing some amazing work when it comes to content creation. You're coach. You do Facebook Live. You have 2 live shows that come on throughout the week. And you're also doing remote production for people as well. People can actually go to your website and book a time with you where they can get personal coaching. If somebody's watching today, because between the stream guys, like our job is to help streamers succeed. In that thought, what could you share really quick with a new streamer, someone that's trying to get to a place where they can do a live show to encourage them to the next step?
Man, yeah, one of the things that I like to say to people who are looking for that motivation piece, like I there's a lot here, and there is. I see. I'm not the one that's going to tell you, oh, it's really not that hard. No, it's work. Strick and Brant, no, it's work. And so the only reason why anybody is going to be able to do the work is if they have a rock solid why. Why do you want to do this? And one of the things that I always say to folks before you do anything else is figure out that why. Figure out that why. And the why could be, I want my kids to see me pursue my dreams. See what I did there? That has nothing to do with I want to be a millionaire, or I want to have 10,000 subscribers, or I want to be invited on the Ellen show. That's not what I said. your why has to be something bigger than that. Your why has to be something that is innate. It's inside you. I want my kids to see that I pursued my dreams. I want to have tried it and failed rather than to say, I wonder how that was going to go. I want to be able to impact people who are looking to provide what they know they have as greatness to the world, but they just haven't been discovered yet. And that is exactly what my why is. And so the crux of what is a key component to being successful in this, getting off the couch, saying, hey, I'm going to get out there and actually do this, is going to be, what is your motivation? And I want to say that on the flip side as well. If your motivation is something negative, or something superficial, I am not 100% certain that is going to be enough to get you through the bad days. If you commit to a Vlogmas, if you commit to a Lita live every day, you are going to need something rock solid to be able to get through all 30 something of those videos. And for some of them, you're going to have 0 people watching. For some of them, you're going to be fumbling. Maybe like me, you will have a scenario where the camera falls over. Or you'll have a scenario where you're producing a show and the lady whose show you're producing, the child runs in and they don't have on underwear. So maybe that's your story. I don't know. But you take all of those experiences and you put them all together and you say, this is my journey. And I don't know exactly where it's going to take me just yet. I think Strick and Brant will tell you the same. I have no idea where all of this is going to take me. But what I have committed to is putting one foot in front of the other on a day-to-day basis and make an attempt to get just a little bit better every day. If you could commit to just that, I can guarantee you will have success in whatever it is you seek to aspire to be or to achieve with your live video journey. I have 3 things that I usually share with folks, and I'll say them real quick, DJ and Brant. Seek to answer a question, right? If your content, live stream, YouTube channel, if you answer a question, that's how you grow on these platforms. Seek to answer a question. The second thing is be consistent. If you say you're going to show up at a certain time, you got to show up at a certain time. Be consistent. Be consistent even in your topic. If you say you're going to talk about this, you kind of have to talk about that. The third thing, final thing, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. The people watching you are real people too. They put on their pants and their underwear one leg at a time, just like you. So don't be afraid to open it up and say, hey guys, I'm struggling today. Today's not a good day, right? Whatever it is that I struggle with, it's kicking my tail today, right? It's okay to be real and to be you and bring your authentic self to your content.
I love it.
Yeah.
Great words of wisdom.
Thank you, man.
So after we handle all of the production, after you handle your lights, your cameras, your microphone, your why is what's going to give you your longevity to actually have the growth. Because if anybody gets into this and think, we're talking about what has happened today, like this is an short anniversary show. Like what can happen in a year? There's some amazing things that can happen in a year. You can have Jeff Bezos come to your show in a year of you getting on live. Like that can possibly happen for you, but it won't happen if you're not on. If you're not consistent. Yeah. If you're not answering a question and growing an audience, you would not have an opportunity to have companies sending you microphones and equipment to be able to show on an Amazon Live. I think that's awesome, Kirk. I really do.
But also remember that you might not know your why right now, but don't let that stop you from going live, because I think that for me, doing Vlogmas helped me find my voice. That's not only what resonated with other people, but what I felt comfortable with, right? Same thing with our show. We're back and forth all the time. What direction should we go? Should we do this? Should we do that? And I think we're always trying to find our way. So don't let that, if I don't have the best camera, I don't have the best why, I don't have the best this or you got to start, and you can always get better from there. And we're all here to help you. Ecamm community is 17,000 strong, right? Something like that.
Oh, so, my goodness.
It's something like that, I think, 17,000. I mean, and everybody there is kind and will help you and, give you the help you need. So
they will even watch this in the replay. So we have a lot of replay watchers.
The replay. And just ask questions and be, one of the things that inspires me is I'm getting on in years. I'm 51, but I know a lot of other people in here that are older than me, that are in their 60s, that are still trying to learn. And that's what inspires me, is because I want to know that I can still be that when I'm 60 and 70, that I'll take on the newest thing and try to learn and keep my mind growing and keep pushing. And I just think that, to me, is as inspiring as anything.
That's great, man.
That's awesome.
That's so
Kirk,
good,
as people are watching this and, they may be new to who Kirk Nugent is, how can people get in contact with you? Let me pull it up so everybody can see it. How can, there you go.
Oh, okay.
That's how they can get in contact with you.
So, KirkRNugent.com is our headquarters on the World Wide Web. That's where we're doing everything out of KirkRNugent.com. So that's and actually we've standardized on the R, right? So Kirk R Nugent is my handle on all social media. So if you want to find me, follow me it's at Kirk R Nugent. So those are the two places. Some of the things that we have going on right now, we do have some some stuff that are for sale on the site, some services that you can look into, possibly, some of the stuff is just, at your own pace, or just buy it and use it if you want it. But we do have some stuff that does require a one-on-one sit down to kind of chat through what it is you're looking for. All that information is on the site as well. Masterclass, we just finished our masterclass on Ecamm Today. We're doing one final masterclass for the year next month on remote production, right? So this is platform agnostic. We're not talking about the platform at this point. We're talking about the business of remote production. What should you charge? What is a lead time? If somebody asks you today to produce their show and the show is in a week, what should you say? I can tell you right now it's no.
Right.
But what is that lead time? What is the difference between a producer and a event planner? There's a difference. I'm not an event planner. That's the reason why that question is irrelevant, because I need not take on any of the responsibilities of it. Who's doing the marketing for this event? All of those details we're going to touch on in the masterclass. So definitely check that out. And again, if you are going to buy any gear this holiday season, you need to be on Amazon Live. The sales and stuff that's going to be happening on there is going to be crazy. I will be live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. I'll be live on that platform. And so that other link it's right above me right here is my Amazon Live link, kirkrnugent.live/gear.
I've added those links into the chat. If you're in the chat, you can just click on them there and they will take you there. Bookmark it and be ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I absolutely
Thank
love
you so
it.
much, guys.
Kirk, man, thanks for coming through and hanging out with the stream guys.
And anytime, man. This is always amazing. Always. Gotta get you guys back. I gotta get Brant on the show.
Please do.
I gotta get DJ back. I know we had you on way earlier in the year, so we gotta get you guys on again.
Hey,
I'm waiting for me and Jeff. Me and Jeff. Well, I'll go on with Jeff. Just call me.
I'll call you.
Hey, listen, guys, thank you so very much for being a part of the stream show tonight. What a wonderful guest that we've had. Kirk, man, you're awesome. Keep doing what you do. Brant, don't hurt anybody with the lifesaver this week, okay?
I won't.
Please don't. I don't want to hear any stories about how man burns down the house with lifesaver.
I'll do my best. I can't promise.
I got it. Hey, guys, again, if you're in the replay, please go ahead and put where you're watching from anyway in the comments. We appreciate all the love you give us. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, all you have to go do is go onto the stream show. That's on YouTube. Type the stream show, and guess who's going to come up? It's going to be me and Brant. So
the stream show.
It's going to be the stream show.
Yeah,
so
and we don't ask enough, I guess. We should ask more. Smash that like button. Subscribe today. But yeah,
all of those things. So again, guys, thank you so very much. And Rich has already said it, another killer show, gang. Thank you,
Rich,
for being a part of the show tonight.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time with a great guest next